talked about a lot of different PCs on this channel, whether it's creating your PC from scratch or different consoles coming out that are similar to a PC in different ways, and especially with the new Steam handhelds and everything coming out as well. There's so many different ways to enjoy gaming these days. Whether that's you're playing console, you're playing PC, or maybe you're playing on a DS. Who knows? But there's so many different ways to do it, and Steam is one of the probably best platforms out there. Do they have a significant monopoly over gaming? Yeah, 100% they do. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's not that they have this monopoly because, they forced it. They have a almost this magical monopoly because they earned it. They consistently allow anybody to put out their game. They release games, they release updates on time, the companies work hand in hand with them, they can do pricing, companies actually agree that games do need to go on sale every once in a while. And there's so many like intricate things that are in the background with Steam, especially with their support being so well known to the point where people make memes about it that it's SEAL Team 6 borderline because of the kind of how they do it. So why are we talking about this today? Well, Steam is coming out with basically their own console or PC. And this is essentially a mini PC. It's not super, super powerful, but it's what I would say is as powerful as a console and more powerful in a lot of different ways. So let's check it out. This is going to be my first reaction to it, so let's get into it. We're going to watch the one by Valve, though, because I don't want to see like a review.
Steam Deck is our powerful, portable, handheld gaming PC that lets you take your Steam library with you anywhere. We're pretty proud of it. People who own Steam Decks...
And people love the Steam Deck, by the way, because it's not just like a handheld, play your games, which is cool. It's also made pretty well, and from my understanding, you can search the internet and stuff with it, and there's a lot of ways to jailbreak it that they don't really care about, where you can get more than just what's on Steam.
Have been
which
playing
is why it's so
everywhere.
loved.
And we couldn't be
It goes very similar to the new handhelds that the consoles are doing.
Here with the response we've heard from all of you. We're excited to talk about the future of Steam Deck, but not
I'm gonna
today,
fast forward this a little
because
bit.
this isn't a video about the future of Steam Deck. This is a video about the future of Steam hardware. Today, we're announcing 3 new members of the Steam hardware lineup. All connect you with powerful PC gaming. All are optimized for gaming with Steam, and all are shipping in early 2026. Let's start with this one.
So to fast forward the video here, so we don't have to basically go through this forever. They're making a controller. That's the first thing they're doing, which is, it works like any other console controller. Realistically, it probably just has some shortcuts and everything. If we can get a picture of it here, you see there's paddles on the back. It's a normal controller. There's nothing super duper crazy about it. But for the people, I know there's a lot of people who get into PC gaming and maybe they don't want to learn a keyboard and mouse, which I do recommend if you are getting into more competitive games 100%. But when it comes to, like, let's say you're switching from Xbox to PC and you're going to be playing like Elden Ring, you're going to be playing any Souls game for that matter, or maybe you're going to play a fighter game, or you're going to play a tower defense game. Controllers are still really, really great. There's still a lot of good concepts that, in my opinion, controllers are just better on because you don't have to reach across a keyboard. It just looks like a controller. There's nothing super duper special about this. Let's go ahead. We'll fast forward it to the next segment. Looks like it can be wired or wireless. Looks like an Xbox controller. Nothing super duper crazy. But this is the part I really wanted to show off and actually know about.
Steam
so this is their
powerful gaming PC
Steam
in
machine.
a small but mighty package, designed for your games on the big screen. It's quiet
Okay.
too, which is crazy since it's 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck, powered by a discrete, semi-custom AMD GPU.
So this is what I'm kind of confused about. If it's 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck, that means that it should be at 4K, and most games should run at 60 FPS or above, depending on what you're playing. And I know a lot of people will say things along the lines of, well, I want higher than 60 FPS. But the fact is, is a lot of games you don't need it, right? When you're playing a FPS, right, or you're playing something competitive, yeah, 60 FPS is amazing. It's great. You definitely do need it, and those slight frame differences could be the difference between you winning or losing. But I don't think they're making this to be a competitive system. Can you play competitive on it? 100%. But I think they're more making this to compete with casual systems. And I think that's where a lot of people mistake this is supposed to be something you set up in your living room for, you, your dad, your mom, your sister, your brother, whoever wants to basically sit down and play it. To be able to be like, hey, yeah, I got Halo. You guys want to play some like Halo on like split screen, or hey, I got this like a niche single player game. You guys want to sit down and play it, and like watch me
Enabling
play it.
4K
That's
gaming
what I
at
believe
60
is
frames
mainly
per
for.
second with FSR. Steam Machine runs SteamOS made for a bigger screen, built for gaming in your living room, your office, or wherever you play, with the rest of your PC accessories. Steam Machine borrows some great features from Steam Deck, like lightning-fast sleep and wake, an SD card slot to easily expand your storage.
Okay.
It brings some new tricks of its own, like a
And all the basic
customizable
Steam
LED
stuff.
strip, which can show different system functionality.
See, this is really cool. I saw one singular video on this, and basically the strip shows you, uh, basically shows you how long your game is downloading for, and when it like hits 100%, it will kind of like ding lightly, or not ding, but it'll like glow brightly. And I just think that's pretty cool. It's not like a crazy feature you need, but it's just like a little, you know, cool thing for life, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to say it.
Steam Machine is a PC, so run whatever software you want, and it works with all your favorite desktop and gaming accessories. Steam Machine is designed to work.
I think this is what turns a lot of people away, is they hear it's a PC and they instantly go, oh, I'm gonna have to set it up, I'm gonna have to do all this stuff, I'm gonna have to make my accounts. PC isn't that hard to set up, realistically. Most PCs these days, unless you are building it yourself, which a lot of people don't. A lot of people do, but a lot of people don't. Most of the time, they are just plug and play. You literally plug it in, you sign into your account, it loads up, it boots up for the first time, and you're ready to go. And then you just have to like download Steam, download your games. It's actually very similar to a console these days. Like for most consoles, let's say you buy a fresh PS5, you're going to have to plug it in, plug it into your TV monitor, whatever you're playing it on, and then you're gonna have to turn it on, and then you're gonna have to wait for it to do its updates, wait for it to do everything, and then you're gonna have to log into your account, and then you're gonna have to download your games. It's the same steps. Just with a PC, you get the ability to do more outside of that, right? Like you get the ability to draw on your PC. You get the ability to instantly search the web if you don't want to use like your phone or something like that. You get the ability to uh, do programming. There's a lot of job opportunities. So that's where the PC aspect comes in. But if you just want to use it for gaming, you just load it up, sign into your account, sign into your Steam account, download the games. It's literally that simple.
Hand in hand with the Steam controller, with the low latency wireless connectivity of the Steam controller puck.
That's pretty cool.
Right in. And it's great for streaming your games to your phone, tablet, laptop, Steam Deck, or Steam Frame.
Okay.
Oh, yep. This is Steam Frame.
VR. I'm kind of interested in this. It's always interesting seeing like VR advancements.
Steam Frame is Valve's next generation VR hardware. Stream all your Steam games, VR and non-VR alike, in this comfortable, lightweight, wireless VR headset. Steam Frame uses camera-based tracking, so getting into your games is as easy as slipping on the headset and waking it up. Steam Frame controllers, included with the headset, are designed with all the inputs you need for your VR titles, like motion controls and capacitive tracking for...
Okay, that would actually be really cool if with the VR headset, because kind of how he described it, I'm not 100% sure if this is how it works, so don't quote me, but it'd be really, really cool if like when you put it on, you're able to use a controller instead of use the normal VR like sticks. So that way, like let's say you want to play, we'll just use Elden Ring as an example. If you want to play Elden Ring, it's just the screen is like essentially in your face the entire time. I mean that's kind of cool. It would give you like a more in-depth perspective of what's going on. Like if you want to play games in first person, because I know, like let's say Skyrim would be probably a great game to play with that, where you already are in first person and you're literally just playing in a more immersive environment.
All your
and then obviously it's still a normal VR headset.
As well as a split gamepad layout to work with your whole Steam library. They even feature the same magnetic thumbsticks as Steam Controller for responsiveness and longevity. Steam Frame also pairs seamlessly with the new Steam Controller, a great companion for
yeah, this is pretty sick.
Headset. To make sure,
like if this is actually how it looks, where you have the headset on, and if you want to play a game, it just kind of like projects what you would see on a screen in front of you. That's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's like some crazy new gen augmented reality. I'm not super into VR headsets by any means, but like that kind of puts a little bit of that metaverse augmented reality into the gaming sphere with like 2D games, and we aren't just 100% reliant on VR only having 3D games, because I know that's what a lot of the times turns people away from doing VR is you have to play the VR games, and 99% of the VR games, if you guys have ever played VR before, suck. They genuinely do. Like they're clunky. You have to like pick stuff up weird and everything. So I think taking this aspect where it projects the screen in front of you is actually insanely cool. Like this is one of the features of why I would get it. I mean, imagine you lay on your bed and you're just laying back and you're literally just able to play in like probably the best position for your body to play games in for a long period of time. Instead of sitting in a chair or something like that and like potentially slouching over. That just has a cool aspect on
in the headset. To make sure streaming is smooth and stable no matter what, Steam Frame includes a wireless adapter that lets you stream your games from your PC to your headset over a fast and dedicated Wi-Fi 6 connection. And the game is streamed to your frame optimized for VR, using new technology
assuming you hardwired as well.
Highest resolution streaming exactly where your eyes are looking. And Steam Frame is a PC, running Steam OS. In addition to streaming, you can install and play a bunch of VR and non-VR games right in the headset without a host PC. You can also expand your onboard storage to fit even more games with a micro SD card. Steam Controller, Steam Machine, and Steam Frame. All built with the same DNA as Steam Deck. All powered by Steam, work together, and can...
It's crazy that they announced all three of these at the same time. I mean, obviously they're all meant to go together, but I think I think what's nuts about this is, like, a couple weeks ago we talked about how Xbox and PlayStation were creating their own handhelds, right, to compete with like the Steam Deck and to compete directly with the Nintendo Switch 2. And then basically Steam's like, yeah, but we can take it to the next level. And realistically, I imagine there's probably going to be bundles as well. So it'll probably be, this is my guess for prices, by the way. I bet the Steam machine with the controller is going to be $1,000. And I bet the Steam machine with the controller with the headset is going to be anywhere from $1,500 to $1,800. And that's saying that the controller probably is going to cost maybe $100. They said it's going to be a PC. It's a PC with their own hardware that they designed. So that's probably going to be $800 to $1,000 for that. And then obviously the headset itself is probably going to be $500 to $800. We talk about price a lot of time on this channel. I think that's fair. I genuinely do. The amount of times that I can imagine just in this second right now where I would probably use that VR headset to like go play games is in the thousands. Just the example I used earlier of not wanting to sit in my chair anymore and like going and sitting on my bed instead and being able to still play the game that I'm playing, I think is just a W. And then if you can still use like, I mean, like they said, like Discord, use any programming, use art things, basically use anything that would be on the normal internet, I think it's a W, bro. They basically are giving you everything that is the convenience of a console, but for a PC.
Can be used however you'd like, with whatever peripherals and accessories you choose. Everything you see here is the culmination of what we've learned from our previous hardware experience and what we've wanted ourselves as gamers. Powerful PC gaming in an open ecosystem, giving you more ways to enjoy the games you love and discover new ones. Steam Controller, Steam Machine, and Steam Frame are all shipping in early 2026.
I might get one of these, Looky.
At steampowered.com.
I mean, not immediately, but
hardware.
I think actual W round. You guys know I did a lot of products and stuff like that, and I do think where my concerns would lie with this is how powerful it is as a overall. Because they say it's meant to be a PC, which instantly deters people. I've already seen a few TikToks about that where people are like, "Well, it's a PC, so why would I get it?" And I think the biggest reason is because they are trying to make a PC less scary. They're trying to make it where it is the same thing as a console, where you plug it in, it turns on, it updates, you sign in, and you're good to go. Because I imagine with this, Steam will probably automatically be downloaded, so you won't even have to go out of your way to find Steam, because that wouldn't make sense. I don't imagine like a Steam product would force you to go find Steam on your own. It's probably you download it and it's already fully set up, ready to go. All you have to do is log in and play. And then after that, it's just whatever games you want to play. And the thing with 60 FPS, I do want to preference this. When a lot of people say this game is capped at 60 FPS, it really is determined by your settings. A lot of people will say like, oh, well, your hardware caps you. And it does for the most part, yes. But a lot of the times, these companies are testing a game on max graphics. This goes for console as well, not just computers. It goes for console as well. These companies are testing a game at maximum graphics with with basically everything on high or ultra. And then they're like, yeah, guys, it runs at 60 FPS on ultra. That's great. But realistically, 9 times out of 10, no one runs these games on ultra. No one runs these games on high. And like just something very simple with PC alone is, let's say your game is capped at 60 FPS and you think that it could go higher. Well, you could probably turn off shadows and your game would probably instantly gain 20 to 30 FPS. That includes Minecraft or basically any game I've ever played in my entire life. The biggest thing with console is a lot of the times, and this isn't me dissing console, this is just a genuine fact, they make the settings really, really bad. Like they make it where the settings you can change don't actually affect the FPS at all. Where with Steam or with computers in general, when they say, hey, this caps at 60 FPS, it probably only caps at 60 FPS if you don't change any of the settings from like maximum, basically. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think this is a really cool thing. I think it's a really nice bridge where if people, the people who say they don't want to set up a PC, they don't want to spend the money, they like to be that the casual gamer. I think this introduces a way for people that want to be casual to also play on a computer at the same time and also have the advantages of a computer, like we talked about before, like the work opportunities, the ability to search the internet, the ability to stream if you wanted to, the ability to just write documents easier, because this would be like a great present for a college kid. He's setting up in a college dorm, doesn't have a lot of space to put a mega PC tower, and what does he do? He puts this in, he has the headset on, and he can play. And most like other college kids would probably think it's pretty cool, because video games are pretty mainstream these days. So if you were like, yeah, dude, you can put on this VR headset and it projects a screen onto the wall so you can watch movies, most people would be like, dang, that's pretty sick, actually. And it kind of gives you that privacy without having to disturb people as well in that type of scenario. Like you could easily have the headset on, have headphones on, and be like, yo, I'm gonna watch a movie. If you need me, tap my shoulder or walk in front of me or something like that, or text me or whatever, and you can literally just like watch the movie and like go to sleep. And I think that's just something so cool that it's bridging that gap that in my opinion, has been there for too long. There's been too far of a gap for way too long of people being like, I don't want to get a PC because it's not casual enough. Well, now this is introducing being able to be casual. So, or not casual. I don't like saying that, but like not having to like learn a bunch of information about something you don't really care about. So, have a wonderful night, everybody. Let me know what you think. Peace.